black women in the grocery store, you look them right in the face and you say hello, and they act like you didn't say anything.
Okay,
Am
so
I
I'm
missing
diving into
something?
this conversation from the gentleman that spoke on going into Kroger's, the grocery store, and women not speaking to him when he looks them right in the face and says hello to them. Now, I'm gonna need y'all to kind of let off my brother a little bit, right? My brother, let off him a little bit. And I tore into him too, and I want to apologize for that. As a journalist, I know better, and I know that I need to do a little bit more of a deep dive before I tear into somebody. And so that's what I did. I took some time to actually look at this brother's, look at his background a bit, look at his social media, and, you know, being a journalist by trade, I can pretty much find anything about anybody. And he really is the shit. He really does have it going on. But unfortunately, like many men in my generation, and I'm talking about those of us who were in our 20s in the 90s. This is back when black men were going to mass incarceration, 3 strikes you're out. Black men, when we were in our 20s, they were going to prison for crack cocaine. Okay, so we only had a handful of brothers that were in college with us. And I don't know what guys think they are now, but they really thought they were the shit. And I would hate to walk by them on campus, especially the fraternity guys, because they had this stank attitude. Now, I'm not saying that Dr. Dex has this, and that's what he calls himself on social media, but I do want to tell you that he does have it going on. But unfortunately, like a lot of brothers, he has expired, and he doesn't know that. Now, I'm saying this in the nicest way possible, and I did a video about this back in 2022 when I first came on TikTok and started talking about hospice care wives, about how when me and my friends got about 43, how men his age all of a sudden started meeting my friends that were doctors, lawyers, hospital administrators, judges, and my friends were 43 and they were 56, 50, 60, and they were just running my friends to the altar. I was in a wedding like every other freaking week, like friends that had been dying to get married. I'm talking about sisters that had it going on, they didn't have no kids, nothing. They were dying to get married and they couldn't meet nobody. We got 43 and them brothers started just marrying them. And as I told you, some of them a week after the wedding dropping dead like fish. Prostate cancer, colon cancer, head swelling up with brain tumors, getting arms and legs cut off because of the sugar, right? And so we talked about that. And that is also around the time that I made a video about when brothers expire. And they don't know that. Now, I had a brother that expired. He was an attorney, just like Dr. Dex, right? He had it going on in college, just like Dr. Dex. And I'm going to like do a little bit of dive. And Dr. Dex, don't worry, I'm going to be respectful to you. I have nothing negative to say about you other than the fact that you're just an older gentleman now and you can't pull the type of women that you want to pull. Now, I'm looking at your social media page and you want to pull some women. You want to pull Beyonce. And sir, he is shooting too high. And I really don't believe, and Dr. Dex, I say this with all due respect, I really don't believe that you just speaking to women in the grocery store. You know, from the book that you have written and from your content, you're looking for your wife. And I think that a lot of times, you may not know this, but when you are in the grocery store, you are looking at women that you probably could have pulled when you was in that First Step show and looking like Dwayne Wayne, because we're going to talk about that. I see, I'm your age. I'm your age, right? I know, right? And I saw some of your pictures when you were younger, right, too, right? But I think that what the conversation should be is, instead of us putting this brother down for not knowing that he has expired, is that we need to be talking to younger men, or older men need to be talking to younger men and telling them, find you a good woman if you want one when you have something to offer her. Don't just play the field, because I can look at Dr. Dex and, you know, he say he a Christian man and everything now, but I don't know, you know, we ain't gonna talk about that. But if you have, and I'm not saying he has, well, he probably did, played the field, played with women's hearts, and, you know, like my dude that was the attorney that was walking around his city and married him a blonde white woman, and then now he's lonesome. So the lesson in this should be telling younger men, don't wait until you expire before you go and try to find you your forever wife. You know, if you want to build a family with a woman, you need to do that when you're young and you have something to offer, not when you are sick, not when it don't work no more. And I'm not saying that about Dr. Dex, but you know, he has a PhD. In part 2, I'm going to talk a bit about him. And as I said, I'm going to be respectful because he is in the family. And Dr. Dex, if you see this, I know exactly who your wife is. She's a beautiful, tall drink of water that is a first grade teacher. She'll be retiring. Her son is a doctor. All her kids are grown. She's absolutely beautiful. And guess what? She is your age. She's a woman of the church. You a minister. She make a great first lady. Her daddy is a preacher. She's been divorced, teacher of the year. And I'm telling you, like, if I could introduce you to her, but many times whenever I meet brothers like you and I try to introduce y'all to somebody that's y'all's age, you blow them off and you don't want them. You, sir, you are a catch for a woman that is your age.